Jumbo, fellow adventurers, happy Tuesday. Welcome to our next spiritual tune up. And because yesterday's topic of happiness rose, sparked a lot more questions on the same theme, I'm going to continue that discussion right now. The question, or the double question today, posted by you down below. Please post your questions down below. Goes like this. Where do the concepts of fairness and positivity come into play when it's about our happiness? Fair? Positive? Required? No, not at all. Not what you're thinking. To pick up clearly where I left off yesterday, the topic was simply, does being happy set you up for a fall? And the answer was, no way, Jose. We are born to be happy. It is our default setting. We just have to get out of our own way. Do not think that because of contrast, for there to be a high, you have to go low. And then you go high, and then you go low. That would be a torturous, nonsensical adventure into time and space. We're here because we can be happy all the time. We are God Almighty come alive in the dream of life with thoughts and free will to make it so. So now let's talk about fairness first of all. And a lot of people get hung up on this, and it's probably a lot of, the religious indoctrination that we all had. Fairness implies judgment. Most folks believe that God sits in judgment. God does not sit in judgment. We are God. God has no point in judging herself. And more, fairness implies deserving, which implies you could be undeserving. Fairness implies worthy, which implies you might be unworthy. Fairness implies there's dues to pay. Oh, what a slog. What a lot of hard work. You got to go. You got to deny yourself. You got to be a goody two-shoes. And then maybe one day you might be happy. Total misconception on happiness stemming from a belief in judgment leading to fairness, worthy, deserving, and dues. Don't go there. And I know the question's already come up a dozen times. What about evil people? What about bad people? There are only lost people. Okay, everyone in their own warped way sometimes. Everyone in their own way is doing their best. They're doing their best to move forward, to grow, to justify, to explain, to make amends, to make things right. They might have some awful ways. This doesn't mean they're right, and I'm not justifying it. But in a heartbeat, anyone can move and align with truth and be set free. The karmic slate is wiped clean, and they can find happiness in that day. And isn't this good news when you consider our own records? Are you a totally spotless, clean, never told a lie, always a goody two-shoes? It's like, it's okay. You're loved. You're adored. We're all loved. We're all adored. Life is our workbook. Life is a big workshop. Okay, this is not even reality. And we all get rehabilitated, and we all move closer to the light, and we all ultimately ascend to our throne where we are happy all the time. Believe it. The other concept, positivity. What is positivity but judgment? One person's positive is another person's mediocre, is another person's negative, is another person's whatever. It's not about being positive, particularly given our funk in the illusions and the confusion that stems there from. Particularly, we tend to want to force positivity. That means we're fighting the world sometimes. We're denying our feelings sometimes. Like, no, be positive, be positive. That will blow up in your face. Okay, so it's not a matter of being positive. You don't have to be positive. Here's what I recommend. Alignment with truth. I've talked about it a lot during these spiritual tune-ups. Be aligned with who you really are, how you got here. Life is the ultimate knowable. Okay, it's not supposed to be some mystery. It's not supposed to be hard to figure out. Just pay attention. You're given your days. You're given your power. Even when you trip and mess up, you're still powerful and you still live in heaven on earth. Okay, so allow it to be easy and don't be by moving towards truth. Okay, it's not positivity, it's truth. The bottom line, if you want more happiness, if you want 24/7, 365 ecstasy, choose happiness through perspective. Through perspective. Change your perspective. I know that Abraham Lincoln says, oh, most folks are about as happy as they make up their mind to be. But it's deeper than that. It's not just, well, I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to see the bright side. I'm going to see what's going for me. I'm going to see the infinite possibilities, because everyone watching this live or recorded right now has a choice to see the bright side. And there is a bright side for every single person watching right now. You stay on that bright side. You address your fears, your uncertainties, but simultaneously you camp out on the bright side. That's the perspective to choose. That choice inevitably will spring forth happiness. Okay? And then you will live happily ever after by seeing things rightly as they are in this bastion of order and perfection floating through the cosmos. Taleho, amigo, amigos y amigas. Te amo. I love you. Shatal, glad you're here. Maria, ciao Bella. Alexandria, Shauna, everybody on Facebook, Natasha, Martine, Elaine. Thank you. Have an amazing Tuesday. The best. Oh, let me tell you. I got to see if this link works. Can you see the link under me? If you're watching live on Facebook only, you can see a link to get notes from the universe. Please interact. Thank you for interacting. Share these links, Facebook or Instagram. Write your questions. Tomorrow morning, in about 22 hours from now, I'm going to be reading your questions and choosing what to talk about tomorrow. That's how we do this. See you then.